Over 600,000 UK visa applications were rejected last year, and the numbers are rising fast in 2025. What's going on? People with strong profiles, clean histories, and even good finances are being denied without warning. The rules have changed, but most applicants don't know it until it's too late. Could a tiny mistake cost you your dream of studying, working, or visiting the UK? The visa system is now stricter, smarter, and more unforgiving than ever. From silent red flags to overlooked documents, there are hidden traps everywhere. If you think your visa is safe, you might be wrong. Let's uncover the real reasons applications are being crushed, one by one. Number 1. Incomplete documentation. One of the most overlooked causes of UK visa rejection is missing or incomplete documentation. Even a single page skipped or a blank field left unaddressed can result in an outright refusal. The UK Home Office does not chase applicants for missing papers. They expect everything to be in order at the time of submission. This is especially critical in 2025, as digital processing systems have become more stringent. A system flag for something as small as an unsigned declaration form can trigger an automatic rejection. Many applicants also forget to provide original copies or certified translations, especially for financial and legal documents. This lack of attention to detail often stems from assuming past visa approvals guarantee future success, which is no longer true under new regulations. A common mistake involves bank statements, proof of address, or employment letters that are outdated or lack official stamps. Another frequent oversight is missing travel insurance or failing to provide previous passport copies, which can be requested for verification of travel history. If your purpose involves education or business, omitting a letter of invitation, sponsor documentation, or course enrollment confirmation can be devastating to your application. Under the 2025 framework, the Home Office is using automated scanning tools to cross-check applications with global databases, so even minor discrepancies can lead to denial. To avoid rejection due to incomplete paperwork, use the official UK visa checklist, tailor it to your specific visa type, and verify each item. You can also create a separate file with labeled folders for easier navigation during the submission process. If you're unsure about any document, consult a licensed immigration advisor. The extra effort in document preparation can mean the difference between approval and a hard 10-year reentry ban. Number 2. Insufficient financial proof. Many applicants underestimate how closely the UK visa process examines financial stability. In 2025, the Home Office has implemented enhanced scrutiny over financial documents, particularly for tourist, student, and dependent visas. Simply having money in your account isn't enough. You must show a consistent financial history over a minimum of 6 months. Sudden large deposits, loans from friends, or unexplained transactions are seen as red flags. Visa officers are trained to detect window dressing, where applicants temporarily inflate their bank balances. If your income or savings can't be clearly traced, the system may flag your case as potentially fraudulent. Your bank statements must clearly reflect regular income, ideally from a salaried job, verified freelance work, or steady business revenue. Even if your account shows sufficient funds, your application can be rejected if you cannot demonstrate that the money is genuinely yours. This includes showing proof of employment, payslips, and tax documents if self-employed. For student visas, it's not just about tuition. Applicants must prove they can cover living expenses for at least 9 months, based on current UK cost of living benchmarks. If a family member or sponsor is providing financial support, you must include affidavits, identification, and proof of relationship. To build a stronger financial case, consider submitting a financial summary letter, explaining your income sources and clarifying any anomalies. Supporting documents like employment contracts, property ownership certificates, or investment statements can help demonstrate financial health. Always convert foreign currency into British pounds, GBP, with annotations, making it easier for visa officers to understand your finances at a glance. Double-check that all documents are dated, stamped, and translated where necessary. Financial clarity isn't optional, it's a core requirement. Weak financial evidence is a fast-track route to rejection, even if everything else looks perfect. Number 3. Unclear travel purpose. A vague or poorly explained reason for visiting the UK is a major reason for visa rejections in 2025. Visa officers need to understand exactly why you are entering the country, how long you'll stay, and what you'll do during your time there. Writing a generic phrase like tourism or to visit friends is no longer sufficient. Without a detailed and believable explanation, the Home Office may suspect that your real intentions involve overstaying, working illegally, or seeking asylum. The burden is on the applicant to show that the trip has clear objectives, a defined timeline, and strong supporting evidence. Applicants often forget to include a travel itinerary, which outlines your daily plans in the UK. This doesn't need to be minute by minute, but it should highlight locations you'll visit, hotel bookings, and any pre-booked tours or events. If you're attending a wedding, conference, or family gathering, include the invitation letter, event schedule, and relevant contact details. For business trips, add a letter from your employer, meeting schedules, and proof of business registration. Without these details, even a genuine trip can look suspicious or incomplete, especially under new automated vetting systems. To make your case stronger, write a purpose letter addressed to the visa officer. In this letter, explain why you're visiting, your travel dates, how the trip is funded, and how it relates to your career, education, or personal life. Show that you have no intention of overstaying by including return flight bookings and evidence of commitments back home, such as job letters, school enrollment, or family care. Remember, a clear travel purpose shows planning, credibility, and low immigration risk, all things the Home Office looks for before approving a visa. Number 4. Weak ties to home country. UK visa officers are trained to assess one key question: will this person return home? If you fail to show strong social, economic, or family connections to your country of residence, your application may be rejected. In 2025, this area has received increased focus due to rising overstay cases. Applicants without clear reasons to go back, such as a job, property, or dependents, are seen as immigration risks. Even if your travel purpose is valid, weak home ties can lead to rejection. The assumption is simple. If you have little holding you back, you're more likely to remain in the UK unlawfully. The visa officer looks for concrete evidence that you'll return, like a job contract, ongoing university enrollment, family obligations, or property ownership. If you're self-employed, include business registration, tax records, and client contracts to show ongoing responsibilities. If you have children, elderly parents, or a spouse who's not traveling with you, highlight that in your documents. For students, showing your academic transcripts and future course enrollment helps prove your educational path continues in your home country. Without these, even a small trip to London can raise suspicions. To improve your application, include a return intention statement, where you explain why you're committed to going back. Attach evidence of future plans, like job offers, appointments, lease agreements, or school terms. Make your ties visible and verifiable. If you have a stable routine, document it. Visa decisions aren't emotional. They're based on risk assessment. The stronger your ties, the lower the risk. Weak ties are often the silent killer of visa hopes, and fixing this requires more than just paperwork. It requires a strategy to show responsibility, intent, and accountability to your home country. Number 5. Criminal record or immigration history. A criminal past or problematic immigration history is a serious barrier in 2025, with UK authorities now using automated global databases to cross-reference applicants' legal records. Even a minor offense, such as a traffic violation or public disturbance, can raise red flags, especially if it was not disclosed during the application process. More severe infractions, like fraud, theft, or drug-related charges, almost always lead to automatic rejection. What many don't realize is that a history of visa overstays, deportations, or previous rejections in any country, not just the UK, can affect your chances significantly. The UK government has tightened controls to prevent repeat offenders from entering. If you've overstayed a visa, were deported, or used fake documents in the past, even if it was years ago, it will likely appear in your immigration file. The system no longer relies solely on local embassies. It taps into international crime databases, border control systems, and even biometric records. In 2025, technology makes it harder than ever to hide past mistakes. Some applicants are caught off guard when old issues resurface that they assumed were forgotten. To improve your chances, it's essential to be fully transparent. Disclose everything honestly, even if you think it's minor. Include any court documents, clearance certificates, or rehabilitation statements that show the issue has been resolved. If your history involves a genuine mistake or youthful error, Write a personal explanation letter taking accountability. Show evidence of changed behavior, such as stable employment, education, or community involvement. Ignoring or hiding past offenses doesn't make them go away, it amplifies the risk. The UK isn't just screening for criminal intent, it's screening for trustworthiness and integrity in every application. Number 6. Dependents without strong justification. Bringing dependents, such as a spouse, children, or elderly parents, without solid documentation is a leading cause of UK visa refusals in 2025. Visa officers need to know that each dependent has a clear reason for accompanying you, and that you can financially support them without relying on public funds. If you can't demonstrate a stable income or provide proper documentation, your entire application may be rejected, even if your own visa eligibility is strong. The UK wants assurance that dependents will not become a burden on the system. A frequent mistake is submitting incomplete or mismatched documents for dependents. If a child is traveling with you, the Home Office expects to see a birth certificate, a custody letter if applicable, and school enrollment details if staying long-term. For spouses or partners, they require marriage certificates, proof of relationship, and often joint financial evidence, like shared bank accounts or lease agreements. If dependents are funded by someone else, such as a family member in the UK, you must include a sponsorship declaration, their bank statements, and proof of accommodation. Without these, your application can quickly fall apart. To strengthen your case, write a dependent support plan, outlining how each person will be financially and logistically cared for. Include health insurance, a breakdown of monthly expenses, and your ability to cover them. Mention any educational or medical arrangements already made. The UK takes the welfare of dependents seriously and expects applicants to prove they've considered all responsibilities. A strong dependent application reflects planning, stability, and genuine intention, not just the desire to bring family along. If you treat this part casually, it sends a message of carelessness, and that's something the system is designed to catch. Number 7. Incorrect visa category. Choosing the wrong visa category is a surprisingly common and costly mistake. In 2025, the UK Home Office has made visa categories more specific and restrictive, meaning you can't just apply for the most convenient option. For example, many applicants request a standard visitor visa when their real intention is to attend a short training course, participate in job interviews, or volunteer, all of which require separate visa types. If your declared reason doesn't match your actual activities, your application is likely to be flagged and rejected. Each UK visa category comes with its own rules, eligibility criteria, and required documentation. A business visa, for instance, needs proof of professional background, business registration, and meeting agendas, while a student visa demands course enrollment, CAS letters, and financial evidence of tuition and living expenses. Mistaking one for the other, or trying to use a general tourist visa for anything outside of leisure, sends a strong signal to immigration officers that you may not follow the visa rules once in the UK. The systems in place now use AI-assisted pattern recognition to catch inconsistencies between application statements and supporting documents. Before applying, read the official UK visa guide carefully and align your application to the exact visa type you need. If unsure, use the UKVI's visa eligibility tool or consult a licensed immigration advisor. Also, avoid taking advice solely from online forums or friends, as their successful route might not apply to your circumstances. Applying under the wrong category not only results in rejection, it may also lead to a negative mark on your immigration history. When in doubt, precision is your safest choice. The correct category isn't just a formality, it's the foundation of a successful application. Number 8. Failure to demonstrate English proficiency. As of 2025, English language proficiency has become a non-negotiable requirement for many UK visa categories, especially for students, skilled workers, and family visas. Failing to provide valid, up-to-date test results from an approved provider is one of the quickest ways to get your application rejected. Many applicants mistakenly believe that basic conversational skills or previous education in English-speaking schools is enough. It's not. The UK Home Office now demands formal test results from a UKVI-approved test center, and only specific exams like IELTS for UKVI or Trinity SELT are accepted. Another common mistake is submitting a test result that's either expired or taken from a non-approved provider. English test certificates usually have a 2-year validity, and using an outdated one, even if you passed with high scores, makes your application non-compliant. Additionally, some applicants fail to meet the minimum score requirements, which vary depending on the visa. For example, a Tier 4 student visa might require a B1 level, while a skilled worker visa could demand B2 or higher. If your score doesn't match the requirement, your application is automatically rejected, regardless of other strengths. To avoid this, always double-check the specific English language requirement for your visa type. Schedule your test early and ensure the results are available before you apply. Keep copies of your test report form, and make sure your name and passport number match your visa application exactly. If you're exempt, for instance, because you're from a majority English-speaking country or have a relevant degree, include the official documents proving it. English proficiency isn't just a technical formality. It's considered a measure of integration potential, especially for long-term visas. Weak evidence here makes your entire application look underprepared or misleading. Number 9. Suspicious travel history or gaps. In 2025, the UK visa system relies heavily on travel history analysis to assess the credibility and intent of applicants. If your passport shows frequent visits to high-risk countries, unexplained long stays, or multiple visa rejections, your application may be flagged as high risk. Similarly, long gaps in your work or education history, without proper explanation, can make immigration officers question your background. The current system uses automated pattern detection to compare your profile against thousands of known overstay and fraud cases, making it essential to ensure your history is clear and consistent. Common red flags include having traveled to countries known for illegal migration routes, or having visited the UK or other countries multiple times without a clear reason or financial support. If your visa history shows a pattern of short-term visas followed by long stays, officers may suspect you intend to overstay or misuse your visa. Likewise, large career or study gaps, especially if undocumented, suggest a lack of stability or purpose, something the UK authorities want to avoid admitting. Even inconsistencies between your stated purpose and actual travel behavior can lead to denial. To overcome this, provide a travel history summary, outlining every international trip you've made in the past 10 years. Include dates, purposes, accommodation details, and, if needed, letters explaining any unusual patterns. For career or study gaps, attach explanation letters, volunteer certificates, or even medical documents if health was involved. This transparency shows you're not hiding anything and that you're willing to be accountable. Visa officers prefer applicants who are open, organized, and consistent in presenting their history. A suspicious travel trail without context doesn't just weaken your application. It sends the message that you may not respect UK immigration rules. Number 10. Fake or misleading information. Submitting false or misleading information is one of the most serious mistakes an applicant can make, and in 2025, it often results in a 10-year ban from entering the UK. The Home Office now uses advanced data verification systems that automatically cross-check your application details with international databases, previous applications, and even social media activity. Whether it's a forged bank statement, fake job letter, or altered travel document, any attempt to manipulate the process is treated as a deliberate act of deception. Sometimes, applicants don't even realize they're being dishonest. Examples include using an agent or consultant who alters your documents without your knowledge, inflating your work experience, or declaring a sponsorship that isn't fully funded. Even inconsistencies in your employment history or education timeline, if not explained, can look like you're trying to hide something. The UK authorities assume that accuracy equals credibility, so if one part of your story doesn't check out, the entire application may be viewed as unreliable. And under the current system, one rejection can negatively impact your future visa chances, not just in the UK, but globally. To protect yourself, make sure every document is genuine, up-to-date, and verifiable. Don't rely on shortcuts, templates, or services promising guaranteed approval. If your situation involves complexity, like missing documents or unusual timelines, be honest about it and attach a signed explanation letter. Transparency often carries more weight than perfection. Remember, visa officers aren't just looking for complete applications. They're looking for truthful applicants. A single lie can damage your credibility for years. In a system built on trust, the strongest applications are those that are real, consistent, and backed by evidence, not manufactured for convenience. Visa rejections aren't just about rules. They're about details, patterns, and silent red flags most people never notice. In 2025, the UK system isn't just filtering documents. It's analyzing behavior, financial footprints, past travel, and even intention. What used to be a simple checklist has now become a deep scan of your credibility. Each of the 10 reasons we've covered today can quietly ruin your chances, even if your case looks strong on the surface. That's why it's no longer enough to just submit the right papers. You need to understand how each document tells a story, and whether that story adds up in the eyes of a visa officer. From proving real ties to your home country, to avoiding the dangers of applying under the wrong visa category, success now depends on clarity, honesty, and precision. If your visa has been rejected before, take this list seriously. It's not just about fixing what went wrong. It's about preventing the next rejection. And if you're applying for the first time, treat this as your roadmap. These are not just tips. They are the very reasons thousands of people are currently being denied access to the UK, often without knowing what they did wrong. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever faced a visa rejection, or are you preparing for one now? Drop your story or questions in the comments. We actually read them, and it helps others too. And don't miss our previous video where we break down the biggest myths about UK visas. You'll be shocked by what most people still believe. If this helped you, support us by hitting that subscribe button. It's just one click, but it powers the hours we spend to bring you real, researched content.